Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Noriega. I am a student in the United University and this is my class of Apreciación de las Imágenes del Arte. In this video I'm going to talk about two pieces of art that came together to me as a representation of inclusion and visibility for the minorities. The main state of these two works of art is talking about how people do not belong somewhere and cannot move from there just because they belong to a race, ethnicity, or a culture. In my community in Melgar, there is a very common thing that tourists come on the weekends. So I found in one of the main streets a very big graffiti of an indigenous woman who had no name. I finally got a hold of the artist whose name is Cane, or Can3 if you will, who wanted to show the world or the people who came through Melgar an indigenous woman. And he did it with a big piece, which by one single person doing it by himself, it takes a lot of time. It's around 5 meters tall to 5-6 meters wide. And he did it with one tone of color. He did it only with purple, but he did the different hues of the purple. He said that he chosen the purple because it's urban style. I think he unintentionally was looking for something that was very poppy from the rest of the flashy from the rest of the wall, because he wanted to be seen. He wanted to have his piece of art seen. And the second piece of art that I found through Google Arts and Culture, it's a graffiti called Etnias by the urban artist too, Cobra. Cobra is from Brazil, and he was entrusted by the governor of Sao Paulo to create murals way bigger than Canes, but at the same time with the same meaning. They wanted to use colors as a mean of a visualization. They wanted to pop out. They used the size of the piece of art so they could have a better audience or amount of audience. But in the difference of these two is that they both made decisions on color that are different, but for the same reason. Kane just did it because he's urban and he wanted to pop out, right? And he wanted to be seen. And Cobra wanted to show that flags have different colors, so we all belong to the same. That's why the indigenous person is painted with the same colors. In these two pictures, you can see that both of them are indigenous people, and you can see it by their prominent features, like, say, the thick lips and the prominent pumilus, the small stretchy eyes, and the lace hair. Same thing, you can see it here. Lace hair with prominent pumilus and the small nose. They wanted to talk about the minority of the indigenous because this is an unrepresented people that always people put aside just because they feel they should belong to the jungle and nowhere else. And these two artists are trying to recover these ideas and bring them back to the city. Both of works of art are similar because they show that. They show a minority that has been put into a place just because of what the rest of the population feels they should be at. And they use these colors to show that they, regardless of color, they're not brown, they're not yellow, they're not red, they're not white, they're not blue, they're different colors. They belong everywhere, as we all belong to somewhere. And expresses that idea of belonging, of that we all should be accepted everywhere because we are people and people own the world. Sure, there is some borders and passports, but that's beyond arts. That's about legal matters. We talk about what is inside. I think these works are important because they connect local and global culture in the same feeling of a humanistical idea that we all belong to somewhere and we should be accepted. And I just want to thank you very much for listening.